Good morning, everybody. I wanted to talk to you really quickly this morning about something that can be sometimes fairly difficult to spot, but it tends to, if not recognized, take control of our lives very easily and keep us from reaching our full potential. What I'm basically talking about is indoctrination. When I say indoctrination, what I mean is any system that attempts to define who you are, or any system that defines your reality. It also goes for those who want to bring you into their reality and have you perceive the world as they do. Sometimes these people are not telling the truth, and they can mislead you. Some people just want to be indoctrinated because they don't want to think for themselves. And so they want somebody else to create their reality for them. And that goes for religion. It goes for government with laws. Any system that tells you this is who you are, this is what you should do and what you should not do, and you have to stay on the path, or bad things will happen, or you can't reach your full potential. See, I have problems with that, and I see it all over the place. Let me give you some examples. Religion. When we see religion in various religions, we see these set of rules pop up, no matter what they may be, whether they're the Ten Commandments or whether they are other rules. I'm not saying that some of them are not right. Obviously, a lot of them are right? But the problem is, it is at some point, these things begin to define nuances of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. For example, let's take something random out of the Bible. It's not in the Ten Commandments, but we have something in the Bible that a lot of people believe that you shouldn't have homosexuality, for example. And of course, that can be interpreted different ways. But what happens is when you start defining, I believe Seventh-day Adventists, I think, don't believe in dancing, or they don't believe in wearing jewelry, just various things like that. When you get to when you start allowing any kind of a religion to tell you what path you must stay on, let's take another thing, for example. There are some New Age groups. When I say New Age, what I usually define it as is, well, I don't even want to say New Age. What I would like to say is these groups that, like, let's take Sheldon Neidl or the Galactic Federation, for example. This is on the completely different side of the spectrum. But at the same time, what you find is you find this indoctrination in that they try to tell you how to be. And they try to tell you to keep these certain emotions. They try to tell you to stay on the certain path that they're presenting for you. Let's take another thing, for example. There are some people who read your horoscope for you. They look at your birth chart for you. They attempt to tell you what your strong points are. They attempt to define you as to who you are and where you should focus. And when you buy into that, when you buy into someone telling you who you are, what your strong points are, and what your limitations are, what's ultimately happening is you are losing out on your full potential, because now you have in your head set that you're only allowed to be a maximum of whatever characteristic they have limited you at. So if someone tells you that, for example, they want to read your chart, and they want to tell you that you are only your strong points are here and your weak points are here, and therefore you need to focus on these particular things, and you're not so good at this, or well, you know what? The only person that can ultimately decide that is you, because you got to remember the other person that's telling you that is also a human. And just like the religions that we are familiar with, and the priests and so forth, those people are human too. And those people that tell you that you're born into sin and that you're worthless, these are all different forms of indoctrination in order to get people to conform to some type of pattern And I say that once we start defining those things, we lose out on our full potential. So if someone tells you that you don't have a strong point in a certain area and that you should focus on these other areas that are your strong points, always remember that the ultimate person that makes those decisions are you, because you know yourself, hopefully, better than anybody. So I just wanted to bring this up this morning because I see a lot of this going on in various forms around the internet, from the Galactic Federation to religions to people doing readings. You know, you go on the internet, there's a lot of different types of people doing it. Some people are good at it, others are not. Some people think they're good at it, and some people think they have a good following. A lot of it is trickery. Some of it's not, and nobody's perfect. And therefore, in the end, it's really just a good guess. Now, I do believe that we are connected, and I think if people charge for the service, everybody has to survive. That's fine. But the problem that I have is the indoctrination of it all. Because just like a church, just like religion, if somebody is trying to put you in a box or a container and define your characteristics, your potentials, to me it just sounds like another form of indoctrination. So I want you to be aware of that when you see it. And just be aware of it. You can play the games if you like. They're fun to play sometimes. But don't ever let anybody define you and put you in a box and tell you what your potential is. Because your potential is infinite in all areas. And so that's extremely important. Because if you let them win, then what you're doing is you're giving your consciousness to them. You're allowing them to define your potentials. And that is a form of indoctrination, and we don't need any more of that in this world. So that's the message I wanted to give you guys this morning, as something recently transpired that made me think of this. And so I think it's a good message to get out to everybody. So everybody have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.